Hello everybody, my name is Exony, and today I wanted to talk to you about an often overlooked side grade to the Sandvich, the Dalokohs bar. Now, to some of you, the Dalokohs bar is as foreign as a shotgun on your heavy, and you've had your Sandvich equipped, taking up that secondary slot since you first got one from a drop or an achievement, and it's starting to get a little green around the crust, and it might be a good idea to try out some other lunch substitutes. Take it from me, as a heavy who's consumed enough chocolate to kill 10 men over the last 2 days, it's a pretty fun alternative. So what does this bar do? Well, it has the same consumption time as your average Sandvich of 4.3 seconds, but it only heals for 100 health instead of the Sandvich's 300, which to most seems like a crippling downside. Giving up one of the greatest utility healing items in the game for something with only a third of the healing ability, and in that regard, this chocolate bar obviously can't live up to the superior Sandvich. But it's the Dalokohs bar's utility that gives it an edge in battle of lunchbox items. Upon consuming the Dalokohs bar, you don't just heal for 100 health over a 4.3 second window. Your maximum health increases to 350 for 30 seconds, and any extra healing done by consuming it will overheal you to a max of 400. And while these may not seem like huge game-changing effects, they do allow the heavy to adopt a more independent role without having to rely on constant healing from medics or dispensers because of the lower recharge rate of the bar and increased healing from health packs that just comes with having more health. If you're worried about losing your maximum health buff in the middle of a fight, you can get just about 3 bars in the time it takes for the max health to fade, giving you more than enough chances to step out of combat for a refreshing snack. Like I said, I personally enjoy this item because it can encourage a more independent style of heavy and a different way to play heavy. A lot more on the flank, dependent on health packs instead of medics, and not having to rely so much on his team. I prefer having a Tomislav at my side for this due to its lower spin up time and lack of rev noises, which makes it ideal for flanking enemies, making quick attacks and getting out much easier. But the bar can also shine in a more traditional heavy role. While its max health may not affect overheal values of miniguns, Kritzkriegs, or vaccinators, which all retain their overheal values of 450, it does allow the quick fix to overheal you to 426 instead of the normal 376, which is almost on par with the normal overheal values, but with quick fix healing. But if medics are scarce and you want to try playing a more traditional heavy, you could try slapping on the Natasha or the Brass Beast. Preferably the Natasha because the Brass Beast is a mess and probably one of the worst miniguns in the game, albeit how much fun it can be to play with, it's not very good, because their damage resistances kick in at 175 health instead of 150, giving you so much more survivability on top of being able to tank 2 headshots already, just because of the boosted max health pool. But the last thing I want to bring up about the Dalokohs bar has to deal with the recent Team Fortress blog post concerning future weapon balance, specifically to the gloves running urgently and the eviction notice. To state it quickly, Valve is looking to remove the damage vulnerability on these melees and instead drain max health while they are deployed, 10 per second for the gloves running urgently, and 5 per second for the eviction notice. If these changes were to go through, it would make them synergize extremely well with the Dalokohs bar, as its increase to your maximum health would give you considerable wiggle room to pull your fists out without sacrificing from your normal health pool. Now, obviously the consumption time for the bar would affect the total distance you could cover in a time frame, but it would still be an interesting trade-off, especially in competitive setting. Either get to mid faster, but with less maximum health, making you less tanky for the beginning of a fight, or spend an extra 4.3 seconds consuming the bar, which could even be done in spawn before movement is allowed, and arrive at mid a little bit later, but with 50 more max health. But that's just theory crafting based on a single blog post, so we don't know how these items will actually work once implemented. But I swear, if they make the Fists of Steel reduced healing like the back scratchers, which still receives normal heals from the Crusader's crossbow, I'm gonna blow a fuse. But to put all that aside, the Dalokohs bar is probably one of the most interesting side grades in the heavy's arsenal. It will never be as good in all situations like the Sandvich, but it's not like the Buffalo Steak, which is useless in casual and broken in competitive, while the Dalokohs bar sits in a nice utility spot, shining in certain situations while not being the end-all, be-all of lunchbox items. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's something small while I get back in the groove of it, but I want to hear what you guys think of the Dalokohs bar. Do you think that it's an interesting side grade to the Sandvich, or do you think that it needs some kind of change to be viable? Or is there something that I forgot to mention? I want to hear what you guys think about this item. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and peace out.